All right, let's get started. Our yoga. Let's just hang out. Oh my goodness, need this so much. I bet you guys do too. So let's go for it. Down dog. Such a classic, easy way to get your body stretched out. You have your legs, you have your back, your upper body. You can use your own intuition here and just play weight shifting. Right hand, left heel, right heel, and just spiral the energy around the mat. And as you do that, connect to the breath. That audible sound. Hopefully your nose is nice and clear. In through the nose, out through the nose. When you're finished with that direction, go ahead and move the other direction. No rush, just this nice, steady, soft flow. I'm starting to pump the heels now into the belly, into that hip socket. I even have the eyes closed, letting the head lift, and then letting the head drop. Lifting as you move forward, dropping as you move back. Great, and then find just of stillness here before we settle the knees onto the mat for child's pose. So nice bent knee, knees are bent, hips come high, drop into the shoulders and let the head just rock, chin rock back and forth. Spread the fingers wide, all the bones sink into the mat, shoulders broad. And connect after all that intellect of body awareness. Just let the head relax. The breath come back easily in through the nose, out through the nose. And then push. See if you can push the knees back to straighten the legs. Drop the shoulders in a little bit more. Stretch out the arms. Rotate the inner elbows towards each other and broaden the back. Woo! Deep sigh in through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. One more like that. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. Great. Push your head forward so that you can drop your knees to tabletop. Soften the feet. Hands right underneath the shoulders. So I lied a little bit. We're going to do a cat-cow before we go into child's pose. So round into the back. Pushing into the hands, the floor away. You can already start sensing how the body's releasing. There's a just that settling in into the body, trusting the body. Maybe there's some adjustments, some little cracks and pops in the back. If your body wants to keep sighing, let that happen, you know. Last cat-cow, up and down. Great, and then just settle the hips right to the heels. Support the head with the double fists. Forehead right on the fists. See if you can get the head just to let it go right into the hands. Rock the forehead side to side. Oh, there it goes. Deep sighs, just naturally coming up through the torso, into the jaw, into the head, into the brain. Great. And then activate the hands forward. Walk the hands forward. Spread the fingers wide again. Drop the forehead down. Active arms. Just fill up the ribs, the low back with air. Inhale. Low back, right to the ribs. And let it go. Exhale. One more like that. Inhale, fill it all the way up. Low back. Ribs. Right into the throat. And let it go. Great. Come back to all fours. Come to the elbows briefly. So your hips are right over your knees. We're walking the hands straight out again for puppy pose. Drop the forehead down. Stretch out. You can even drop the chest down if it's okay for your arms and shoulders to look forward. It's a little bit more intense. It's up to you. You can stay with the first version or you can drop into the chest towards the earth. Great. My forehead's coming back down. Walking the hands in a little bit. Come back to all fours. Come into down dog. And we'll gently walk. Tippy toes. Let's do tippy toes, walking all the way to the front of the mat. Might be a little combination of both, So, heels high, hips high, head low. And drop the heels down. You can take the feet a little wider, right? And then grab the elbows, bent knees. Hollow out the navel. Navel's lifted right up into that belly, into that spine. Grab the elbows and just rock a little bit. You can even do a little lift and then drop. Sink into the feet. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Wow, amazing. I'm starting to just feel the stretching out through the back and through the legs. Inhale, lift. Wave. Exhale, drop. Your torso's lifting. Inhale, let the whole upper body lift out and then drop down. One more. Fire up the legs. Great. Release the arms. Gently round around your back and roll up. Good. Once you're at the top, pause here. In fact, let's do Agni Sara, or that fire wash in the belly. It's such a great place to to bring awareness, and we're almost there with just this supporting of the arms on the knees. I took my feet a little wider. Oh, wow, let's do it. So if you haven't done this with me before, it's this washing of the belly. So again, just time, and I'll turn sideways so you can see, and I'll put my hand on the belly. So it's an inhale, and let all that air out. All the air leaves, and once that air is out, you hold it out, and then pump the belly. Till you run out of air. You just take that sip of air back in, and then maybe even stand. And that was one round. So it doesn't have to be a lot. If you got 10 pumps, that's fine. Just do 10 good pumps, and then open yourself up, and then come back and do another round. All right, so it doesn't have to be as long as you think. You want it to be eventually to feel natural, like it's easy. That's effortless effort. So, all right. Inhale. Let it all out. Pull the belly in. Good. All the way up. Just letting that movement happen through the belly. Good. We'll do it one more time. It's a quick way to wake up your body. Nothing like that gut getting a massage, massaging the gut. Inhale. Let it all out. Hold it out, pump the belly. Whew. It really gets easier the more you practice that. Wow, just shake it out. Whew. Yeah, and then naturally your sinuses are clearing, so just let that happen. Starting to breathe deeper. Takes time to warm up this yoga mode. Get into the yoga mode. All right, let's go through flow. You can come right through to the front of the mat. And we'll do just a couple our salute to the sun. Inhale, reaching tall. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway out. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank, low push-up. I'm putting my knees down. You're more than welcome just to keep your legs straight and up. Chaturanga yoga push-up. Exhale. Slide through for either low cobra or full up dog. Exhale, either through tabletop or straight legs to down dog. We'll hold for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, so nice. The baby steps, big steps, hops. to the front of the mat. Inhale, let the spine reach out, looking forward. Exhale, pull back in, forehead towards the shins. Inhale, coming up to stand. Exhale. All right, really good, just classic. Moving through, stretching tall, inhale. Exhale, dive forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back, high plank, low push up. Slide through up dog. Linger if you like. Feels good to maybe take a couple breaths in your up dog. Tuck the toes, press back, down dog. Last breath. Good, big step, big hop, up to the front, halfway lift. Exhale, pull back in. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, hands at your heart. Great, let's do that again. Inhale, reaching tall. Exhale, dive forward. Can maybe go a little slower. Pause about that halfway point. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Halfway behind the back. And then continue the rest of the way over into that forward fold. Ooh, feeling it in the hamstrings, yeah. Now the shoulders. So good. Let the hands come to the low back. Pound out that back. Pound out the sides of the legs. Couple deep sighs. Shake out the head. Great. And then release the hands to the ground. Let's take one hand down and one hand up. Just to tie a twist. If it feels like the floor is far away, you add a block. Or you can even use your shin for support. Yeah. Sit on. We'll do both sides. That's it. That's it. Yeah. Cool. And sometimes looking down helps open the neck. So you can feel the neck open. Possibly that top arm around the back with the opposite knee just slightly bent. Opening the shoulder. And then release. Take that top arm, bring it all the way down. All the way down. Using my couch, I love it. Switch sides. Opposite arm up, look down, let that neck open up, the shoulder open up. Top arm can come around, reaching for the inner edge of the thigh. Opposite leg. So good. Arm comes up and down. Beautiful. Halfway lift. And then we'll move through flow, whatever that looks like for you. It doesn't have to have that push up. It can go right to down dog. It can even go into child's pose. Find that rhythm for you. Excellent. Back to down dog. Take the right hand. Child's pose is good too if you want a little bit of opening into the low back, chest. Or you could take your right hand in your down dog and reach for that left ankle, peeking underneath. Good, releasing that right arm and letting that hover off to the right. Possibly the left leg lifts up. You can do this on tabletop too. Opposite, right knee would be dropping. Left hand would be underneath the shoulder. You can also take it a little deeper by reaching for that back foot, letting the belly lift, letting the heart lift. One of my favorite go-tos right at the beginning to super wake up, super energize that central column. If you fall out, go back in. We're going to take a break in between sides. Good. Release, pause, rest. Woo! Couple deep sighs. So good. One of my favorites. I think my mic is too far away, so I'm going to bring it a little closer to me. Stick it on something. That might be better, right? And turn my phone off, you guys. Better. All right, so then the other side, I'm going to turn around. Left hand, right ankle. Left hand, right ankle. And then peek underneath that right arm. In that opening, in that. Sometimes slightly bending that left knee as you turn. Good, then release that left hand off to the left. Right foot straight back. Find the balance. Bend. Reach up. It's constant flux. In and out, in and out. Good. Release and then rest. Knees wide, toes back, support the head. Couple days. Feeling a surrender. It's like there's your jello, letting that bones just sort of melt into the mat. Head heavy. Amazing, that closing of the eyes and going into that really dark void, that place that is so black and so dark. It just is expansive. It's almost like a room with no walls. It's this quiet void. You close your eyes, you see black everywhere. See if you can go deep into that place. Couple more breaths. Maybe there's a deep sigh, letting it all go. Inhale. Trusting in your space. Last one. In through the nose. Vision right at that third eye. Inhale. Exhale. Wow, wow. Okay, Seal the lips, back in through the nose. Oh, yeah. In through the nose and move into this gorgeous up dog. So as you look forward towards the front of your mat, you're bending your elbows. Your hands are about midway between you and the front of the mat. And as you move through, it's this wave. Knees are almost as wide as the mat, all dropping down. It doesn't have to go all the way down. You could take your time moving your hips lower. So at your own rhythm, inhale on the way up to this bent knee to up dog, and then exhale all the way back. Awesome. This expression of a back bend through snake-like movements. Up, heart, elbows bent, fingers spread, and then back. A little bit of momentum to get yourself back. So just back and forth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last two. Timing. There's even that sweet spot of holding the breath. If you notice when you're in your up dog, there's this full hold. And then you let it go. Exhale. It happens naturally. Cool. All right. Come back into down dog from your tabletop. Tabletop, fingers spread, knees right underneath the hips. Energize the legs by pushing back in the sit bones, right? Natural curve, ribs lift, bones of the fingers spread, push down into the hands, down into the ball of the toes, toe mound, and you're hovering the knees. Sort of half of a plank, and just hold. Maybe look forward slightly, hold the knees, activate the core, push into the hands. All right, plenty. Come up with the legs, down with the head. Inhale, tippy toes, heels high. Exhale, heels to the right, sink down into the feet. Inhale, come to center, tippy toes. Feels amazing. Body's starting to wake up. Exhale to the left. One more time to the right. Back to center and to the left. Great. Come back to center and either step or hop up. I like stepping today. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pull back in. Sit low into chair. Your fingers can go right onto the hip creases. Just really feel your hip creases lift up. Your belly is hollow here, if you can. It's that mula bandha. And as you sit, shoot the arms forward. Shoulders on your back. Good, yeah. You feel that mula right at the base comes in. Sit bones pull back, ribs in. And then the chair, fine chair, shoulders on the back. Again, beautiful way to heat up. Keep that chair, bring the right arm to the right, back to center, left arm to the left, back to center. Oh yeah, a little balance is good. Back and forth. Check in with your breath. Last one. Yeah, I like that low chair. Now sit right into that center place. Sit a little lower. Shaking is good. Woo! Bring the arms behind you, interlace the fingers. And then forward fold. Push into the ground, hollow out the belly. All the way over. Come back into that chair. Scoop up the arms. And this time come to stand. Ah, yes. Right hand, left wrist. Come up and over to the right side. That was great. A little bit of cardio. Just a bit. You could see where my cardio is at. It's good though. It's because I sat really low. You're in control, you know. You're always in control of your effort. Up and over to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Left to the left side. Great. Come back to center and go wide. Take the feet wide and go right side first. We'll go into warrior two. Just fire up the legs a little bit more. So right hip crease sinks in and underneath you, and that left sort of spirals inward. That's why there's that 45-degree angle with that opposite leg, because the ankle moves outward and the knee sort of rolls inward. Right knee expands outward towards the right, like you're pushing, and settle in. See if you can fire up the left glute, especially tends to go flaccid. So you want to go all the way up into the quad and into the hamstring, into that left glute. Deep sighs if you have it in there. Lift tall through your upper body and just hold. Spread out the toes, sink into the feet. Lift a little taller through your torso and vitality out through that back arm. Great. Off to the left hand to the left knee, right arm reaches up, but then bend that right elbow so that the elbow ends up behind the head. You could use the left hand to help the elbow up behind the head. Fire up the toes again. Light up the legs. Left arm can even reach for the fingertips on that right. Left fingers, right fingers. If it works, no worries. If it doesn't, great. Straighten that front leg. Keep your arms. Woo. And I changed my toes. So now my toes are parallel to each other. Bringing my feet a little closer and take a forward fold with the bent knee. A little bit of bent knee. A little bit of booty sticking out. Let's see if you can see this. So now I've changed everything up. I still have my arms, but I'm going to go forward fold. Awesome. So good. And just let that hang. You can always use a strap here. Wow. Good. Coming up halfway. See if that works for you. A little bent knee helps. Halfway, release the arms, airplane wings. So you can find this halfway press with the back. Good. And then come on up. Yeah, it really brings awareness right into that belly. Good. Good job, Rob. Whew. Shake it out before we do the other side. Turning to that left side for warrior two. Interesting sequence.
Sometimes my body just does things. So, and you're along for the ride. The shoulder stretch was what inspired that. All right, so warrior 2 on that left side. Again, you're lining up the legs. Left knee rolls in, ankle bone, inner arch on the front too. So you're back and front, spread the toes, that lower mula all the way to Uliana and all the way to Jalandhara, which is the hardest one to kind of remember. You want your chin to and your throat to pull the rest of the energy up to the crown of the head. It's that central column, the Sushumna, that we're activating. Off to the right. Left elbow behind the head. Use the right hand to help that elbow. Stay low if you can. Firing up the left glute as well. Fingertips possibly. Lower belly lifts. Off to the right. Little sips of air when it's hard. Your long breaths get a little lost. But if you can, 4 counts in, 4 counts out. One more. Awesome. Straighten up front leg. Turn your toes inward. Bring them in a little closer. Bend the knees. Shoot the hips back. I'm not going to turn this time. So you really have to visualize your hips moving back and your heart moving forward. And then all the way over to stretch out the shoulders. Can slightly bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale to push them back. Next inhale. Okay. Exhale, release the arms, airplane wings. You're using your legs. Exhale, come all the way up. Nice. Give it a little walkabout. Maybe a sip of water. For me, I have orange juice. I'm going to do a little sip of orange juice. Love it. All right. So let's go back to that wide stance. Turning into that right side again for warrior. This time, take the elbows, left elbow underneath the right. Settle into that right. And then bring it up to straighten that leg. And then just bring it down. I adjusted my back foot, so you may need to too. So it's this little bit of lift up through the arms, through the chest. And then down. Feels amazing into the neck and shoulders. So just play with that at your own rhythm. Inhale to lift. Exhale to let it drop. And you can go faster if you like. One more time. Inhale. Up. Exhale to drop. I'm going to linger on the downswing. Excellent. Release the arms. Release to the shift up that back heel so the heel goes straight up. Frame the front foot. Nice deep lunge. Out through that back heel. If you need blocks, you put blocks underneath your hands, or you put both hands on the inside of that right foot. Also works beautifully. Stretching out through that back leg.
Such clearing. Okay, release that right foot straight back. Again, it's up to you. High to low push-up, down dog, or child's pose. Make it your flow. If you want a little bit more, do a little bit more. If you want less, do less. All right, ready for that left leg? Step forward, right foot plants at a 45, and just come on up. Warrior 2. This time, right arm underneath the left for eagle arms, and pulse up, straight leg, eagle arms lift, exhale, pulse down. And repeat your own timing. Inhale to lift. Exhale to drop. I like the slow motion, like I'm moving through molasses. Lingering in spots that feel amazing, amazing. Like right now, that hip socket's getting so much tension as I drop the arms low and let gravity take it. Don't forget the back leg. Keeping the rhythm with the breath. Couple more pulses. Takes a little bit more awareness on this left leg for me, so I'm going a little slower, being mindful of my hip socket, wanting to pull that hip crease back. Keeping it underneath, not sticking all the way out. Last one. Once you're on that low end again, linger there, let the arms linger low. Release the arms, change that back heel, and frame the front foot. That low lunge. Keeping that, for me, these nice adjustments with this front hip. Left hip pulls back, left hip crease pulls back, settle in. Out through that back heel, kneecap on that back leg, pushing, lifted. It's nice to do yoga slowly, mindfully. Inhale. Exhale. Up dog. Down dog. Let's come to our elbows, forearms, plant the elbows low. Spread the wrists out. We want the wrists, the skin underneath the wrist to stretch so that the hands are nice and firm. Drop the chin towards your chest. Bring your toes together. Walk your toes a little closer. Lift one leg. Beautiful. Switch sides. You can in between sides. Left leg comes up. Great. Let that come down. Take your feet apart. Bend your knees. Set yourself back. We'll do that one more time. Help open the shoulders and the neck. Can always also kick up into full inversion if you like. You can use a wall as well. Today, I'm just gonna keep my leg toe down. You're wondering where the elbows should be? They should be right underneath the shoulder. Shoulders. A great way to measure is just to grab the elbows underneath your shoulders and then straighten out the forearms like railroad tracks. Pull out the skin again by bringing your fingers up and spreading the fingers wide. Instead of sagging into the chest, you're suctioning with the chest upward and forward. Scapula broad on the back. Hover the knees. Again, a little bit of planking with your knees lifted, belly lifted, heart forward, and then straighten it out. Toes together, walk them up, walk them towards your elbows, and right leg high. Hold for 5. Great stretch through the left calf as you sink that left heel down. Underestimate the power of these, postures transitioning to, what you think as your final destination. There's no final destination. This is it. This is your destination. Switch sides. Left leg up. Heart feels a little different the second time. A little more stretch through that right calf, sinking that right heel down, left hip crease, heart forward, changes the whole posture. Toe rolling inward instead of outward on the left upper leg. Oh, yeah. Woo. It's a lot for the neck and shoulders. So if you're really tight in the neck and shoulders, definitely take breaks. Let's pause a moment. Pause a moment and just sit. Let's sit on our heels or sit on a blanket. Pause into a great awakening in the belly again. This time, Kalabate breath, just this pulsing of the belly. Inhale. It's like you're blowing out a candle. Nice. Take a breath in through the nose. Wow. And then one more like that. Inhale, nose. Little pumps. Nice. All right. Come back to forearms and we're going into forearm plank. Just a little bit more heat through that central column to absorb that breath, but maybe you can absorb it right now as you activate your inner lines. Just hold and breathe. See what it feels like into that active central column, and you're holding your plank. See if you sense the entire body, your heels, your knees, go into your pelvic bowl, push your femurs back so your booty sticks up slightly. What that does is it increases the natural curve of your spine. Then move to your rib cage, knit those in, and then your heart. Let your heart expand a little bit forward and slightly push into the elbows. Good. Just hold. Ah, so good. Walk the toes back, drop the hips low. Yeah. Sphinx pose. I like a wiggle. Wiggle, walk, rock, wiggle, and a rock. Side to side into the hips. Tops of the feet down. Lift into the elbow, push into the elbows, lift the heart. Push the heart forward, drop your chin. That Jalandhara Bandha, that lock in the throat. Move your chin forward and back. See if you can find it. It's like this. It's a sound right there, activating the throat. You can feel that. Through the top of the head, ears even. Pelvic bowl firm. Scapula long. Tops of feet. Maybe activate a little bit into the feet. Good. Once there, take a breath and straighten out the arms. And then again, drop and straighten. Dropping low and straighten. Last one. Nice. Drape the belly forward, just like you're pulling the chin forward. Once you have that, rest your head, forehead. Bend the knees. Rock knees side to side. Circle out the ankles. Nice. All right. So as your knees are up there, or your feet are up there, just reach back. Left hand, right hand for your ankles. And come into bow. Inhale. Exhale to lift. And even drop your chin, rock a little side to side. And let it go. Turn it to one side. Inhale, nose. Let it go, exhale. Yeah, and turn your head the other way. Inhale, nose. Let it out through the mouth. Good. If it feels right for you to do another bow, let's do it. Reaching back for the ankles. Take a breath. Exhale. Don't worry if it's not moving as much as your mind wants it to. Let go of the mind and just focus on what the body's doing. Let it go. Turn your head the other way. Take a breath. Inhale, nose. Let it out through the mouth. Good. Again, turn it to the other ear.
Inhale nose. Let it out through the mouth. If there's sound, let that sound happen. Great. Feel ready to come into child's pose. Plant the hands underneath the shoulders. Take an inhale. Tuck the toes. Push up and back. Nice and slow. Elbows, elbows. Walk the elbows in. Walk the head down onto fist, or straighten out the arms. It's up to you. I like fists or a block or even a bolster underneath the head. Surrendering to the low back. All right, so a little bit of, we're going to end a little bit on hips and then lay on our back and finish up. So cow face pose, really cool. It's an intense stretch on the hips, and you might need a block or a pillow, or you can always use your heel. Great way to get into this is from tabletop. Take the right foot and bring it around to the other side. Your knees over the left. Okay, and then you open up the heels, and this is where that block might come in handy. You might want to sneak a block right underneath you, because ideally you're keeping the knees sort of connected. I'm going to sit on my right heel just because it's right there for me. It gives me a tad of a lift, but you're more than welcome to use a pillow, a block. Right knee's dropping low, right over that left knee. Good. Find that sweet center place. And you can take that opposite elbow. We were already here with this shoulder stretch. You can hang on to it. Left elbow behind the head. Take the right fingers. Excellent. Can lean a little bit forward with the left elbow and notice, wow, awareness into the right hip socket, right hip crease. I'm going to release the hands, use my hands for support, see if I can walk a little bit forward, maybe even sit a little deeper into this. Using my hands for support. Remember, it's not about the destination. It's just about sensation, pleasant sensations. You can walk torso to one side even. Back to center, other side. Again, know your body. If it's time for you to come out, you come out. Bolsters and blocks are helpful. I should probably have them, but I didn't bring them over, so I'm using my fingers for support. Oh, so good. All right, so Rob, that's awesome. So let's take it into pigeon. How would you do that? You would lean a little bit to this left hip, which is on the ground, taking this right foot and release it behind you. In fact, before you go all the way back, just kind of give that mermaid stance a little bit. So you can lean back and feel that, because that happened naturally, right? Just a little bit of lean back, straight through the right hip, belly, little massage. So good. All right, and then wanting to continue just a little bit into this, and I'm moving, I have to move to my mat, into pigeon.
Oh yeah, totally changes it. Just for about 5 breaths, let your torso drape over the left side. Left is underneath you at the moment. Woo! Let it all go. Any sighs, any sounds. About 4. 5. Yeah! All right, come on out. Shake out what would your body want. Absolute release and relief for this left hip. So go ahead and one-legged down dog. Circle out that left hip. Play with that. Maybe it lingers in that one-legged down dog. You can even walk your hands back into standing split. I'm going to use my wall for a sec. Awesome. So good. I have to. Yoga makes you happy. Right leg, we're going to do right knee is underneath you. Okay. Well, actually, the best way because we have to go back into our cow face pose. So drop that right knee to the ground so it's supported. Take that left foot. Remember, we have to sneak it around that right knee. So you're stacking your knees. Once you stack your knees, walk the hands back. Again, not watching or not comparing yourself to anyone. If you need your prop or if you need just to support yourself, use that. I'm going to sit again on my heel. Your prop would be right underneath your hips. Side's a little easier, especially since we've already stretched. It might be a lower block. Cow face pose. One of those double pigeon basically. Double pigeon. We started with double pigeon. All right, right elbow behind the head. If you're free, don't worry wherever you are. It's perfect just what you are doing. No need to think you have to be somewhere else. You're absolutely home base. Your body is home base. Maybe lean that torso a little bit forward. And possibly releasing the arms for support. Always breathing. Every time you're transitioning, exhale. Inhale to exhale to move. I'm so glad you're doing yoga with me, Rob. I wouldn't have done this. Thank you for being here. You can walk your hands to one side. Long breaths, inhale. Other side. Wow. Feel good side. Left leg over the right feels better than right over the left. Come back up. Take this top leg, if you feel about best, take this top knee, unwind it, bring it behind for the mermaid leg so that knee hits the arch of the right foot. Lean yourself back a little bit.
And find some movements into the hips. That's it. Yeah, leaning back. All right, and where did we go? We went right into pigeon. Again, I have to move forward. Just a little wiggle forward. Right knee underneath me, left leg extends back, rolling the left hip down. Right hip might need a prop. You can always slide something underneath that right hip. And just melted ourselves forward, supporting yourself with elbows first, maybe double fists. What works for you? 5 breaths. Cool. Anytime you have that deep sigh, just let it happen. Frame the front foot, or front knee, I mean, with your hands. Tuck that back toe under and release when you're ready. You can stay longer if you like. Release relief into that right hip socket. Right leg comes high. Circle out the right hip. Just that slow, mindful movements. That's meditation, calming the mind. One-legged down dog. Letting that right leg go high. A little bit of the same what I did on the other side, which was walk the hands back towards my foot, just because my left hamstring is stretching out. I wanted a little bit more stretch for that left hamstring, so it's standing splits. Right leg supported by the wall. Full. Come on out. Shake it out. So you want to even out your hips a little bit in this down dog. Or you could even go cat-cow. That works. Or cat, what do we call this? Spiral wave down dog, where you're pushing hips back, shoulders low. Once you get round up into tippy toes, you move your shoulders over your wrists, and then you start again. Just this wave of spinal flexion forward and back. Some of you, this happens naturally, and for some of you, you just walk yourself through it. You're like, how do I do that? Well, your tippy toes and round, just like a kitty cat, and then once you lean forward, shoulders over the wrist, knees, the pelvic bowl tilts down, and you push back. That is it. Nice. And then rest. We're going to roll onto our back. So however you want to get there, you can turn and lay flat on your back. This feels amazing though, this child's pose with that third eye. I think our theme is avoid that dark kind of room, womb-like feeling. You can sense that. You have everything at your fingertips to soothe your mind, your body, and your soul. Your third eye focused right into that womb, that safe space of wellness and healing. It's all for you. This is all you. Deep healing, deep nurturing, finding
your way home, back to who you are, back to that inner truth, your inner love, your inner light. You'll find it in this void, in this dark, the darkness that goes on and on. The darkness that's flecked with all of our light stars. That vision came to me. It's like the night sky, so black, but all these pinpoints of light. That's what we are. Okay, onto our back. Any last posture? Knees to chest. Knees circling out. Legs straight up. Can open them into a wide V, which is always nice. I like that. Inner thigh. I'm going to have to turn at an angle. Let's see. Ooh, open wide. Yeah, inner groin. I don't think we did a lot of that inner groin. So just let that inner groin open up a bit. See if you can even out each side. Or soles of the feet together, knees apart. Soles of the feet in front of you. Knees opening up, natural curve in the low back. Arms up above you. Letting go of any tension. Letting the legs just drop. Satisfied? Gently come together, straighten out the legs, and rest in Shavasana. Palms turning up, feet turning out. Let's take about 5 consecutive breaths together. So focus on the low belly. Inhale, mid belly, upper chest. Let it go, upper chest, mid belly, low belly. That was 1. Inhale, low belly, all the way up. Let it go. 2. Inhale, low belly. All the way up to the chest. Hold. Let it go slowly and generously. Upper chest, mid belly, all the way down into the pelvic bowl. Last 2. Inhale. Exhale. Last 1. Inhale.
Exhale. Let it all go. Back in through the nose. And now, see if you can just feel light, effortless, no sound, no breath, just this quiet space. You're more than welcome just to stay in this gorgeous space of quiet stillness where all of the answers are. But if you're ready and you're wanting to wake the body up gently and slowly, little fingertips on the thumbs, little wiggle of the toes, little rock of the head. Deepen of the breath. Slowly one knee up, the other knee up. Rocking gently side to side. Moving slowly. Maybe you're turning your body to one side. And then with the top hand, eyes closed, gently come up to meditative posture. Last thing to come up is your chin, your chest, your head. Inhale. Let it out. Exhale. Hands to your heart. Namaste. Wow. Peace. Shanti, Shanti. Love it. Oh, wow. That was so good for me. Thank you for inspiring me. Wow. I love it. Needed to do that. Oh, thank you, Rob. That was awesome. Yoga Zen, yoga face. Go enjoy. If you want to go back into Shavasana, yeah, just do that. Love you. Say my prayers. I've been saying prayers on that time in our history, our planet, our evolution. We are expanding. as a consciousness, and it's a big deal. So not to underestimate that, and to get divine guidance always. All right. Okay. Bless you. Bye-bye. All right, you guys. Thanks for watching the replay. Saturday Zen really worked for me. Oh my gosh, an hour and 20 minutes. Wow. If you stayed all the way to the end, love you. Let me know. Send me a little like, hey, Ta, I watched class on the 23rd of January. It was amazing. Or whatever. Okay. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.